So, good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to Life Beyond the Clouds. This is a new season, 2025, and I am so thrilled and honored and excited to have Helen on. Helen, I've been wanting to have you on here since I started doing this, and it's been almost a year, and I am honestly grateful from the bottom of my heart that you decided to come on because your story is incredible, and it's one of hope and encouragement for so many people with what you've been through. And but the messages, though, how they've kept you going and how you can share these with other people and how you want to help everyone. You will come to me, which is so incredible. You've had a loss of your amazing, beautiful son, Ryan, and it's just amazing to me how your selflessness, this is what blows me away with you, honestly, is you will message me with other people that you know that have been through losses, and you'll just say, can you talk to them? Can you talk to them? Can you help them? That with everything that you've been through, that your heart is still so much. And I think it's because the messages that you've received that is giving you so much hope that you want other people to have it. But it's just like so amazing to me that you do this for people. It's just as I know you feel him. I know you feel him. He's always around. He loves just to come to me sporadically, which I love. And I'll message you. I could just be doing something and he'll just come and give me a message and I'll ask you if you're doing it. Right. And it's just that's how close they are. But the fact that you want to help everybody else with this, it's incredible to me. And I want to just give you, and ask you the question, can you, talk about times where you absolutely know that Ryan was there, messages that just out of the blue, you get up and you go, oh my God, he guided me to this. And with your granddaughter and how you just know, the closeness. So I'm going to give you a second to go ahead and just talk about your amazing son and messages, how they come through for you.
Okay, well, I don't even really know where to start with you because you have changed my life completely. Um, as you said, I lost my son, which was devastating. And I've always been a person that have always gone to mediums. I've been to every James Van Prague, the Long Island medium, you name it, I've been there, and local too. And I get bits and pieces here and there, but nothing like I've gotten with you. I remember a certain time that I was getting ready to go on a trip. And I was literally packing a beach towel and bathing suit in my son's backpack. And you called me at that second and said, Ryan wants you to let you know that he's so excited that you're using his backpack for your trip. And I mean, how do you can make that up? I mean, it's crazy. And just so many things. Like this past Christmas with my granddaughter. Oh, well, you told me I was going to have a granddaughter before I even knew I was going to have a granddaughter, which you were right. Um, and you mentioned something about her jumping up at the Christmas tree and the angel. And that's exactly, I couldn't believe it because that's what my daughter and I saw her do every day. She would reach up and try to jump up and touch the angel and say, "Rai, Rai." And,
And
it's
you know what's
just crazy.
incredible too, though? I know that in your daily life, he comes to you too personally. Like you just know, right? You just know that when you're feeling a certain way, it's just like you're so connected to him. His energy. I tell you what, I've seen over 1,000 people, right? And his energy is just it's so beautiful. And for some reason, I feel very connected to him. Like I feel very connected to him. Like he's always around and he's always wanting to let how much he loves you and that he's okay. It's just like a thing with you. Like he wants to kid around with you. He wants to, do you understand? Like poke you
That's
or
the way he was.
you. He's always like poking you in the side, or he just wants to, do you understand? Do anything to get your attention and make you turn around and say, Ryan, was that you? Did you just do that? Because it
Yeah.
always, do you understand? It's always
Yes.
him doing this. It's always his way of, and I have to laugh. He kind of giggles even about your other son getting married. Like, mom, like it's almost like it's not going to be easy. Like, do you understand? You're going to have to give direction. You're going to have to give some guidance in here. You're going
Oh,
to
I believe it.
have to step in. You're going to have to help. But it's just like, it's going to be such a big deal. Like, he's very, very excited about this. Like, he's so, incredibly happy. But for him, it's just amazing how, I always just say, Helen, like, there's no end to time, right? It's a continuation. We think, like, when we go to bed and like, time never stops. Right? It never stops. It just keeps
It-
going and going. When we sleep, it keeps moving. When today's done, tomorrow comes. We cannot stop time. And that's what heaven is. It's a continuation. It's like you look at the door, right? And it's just like it's like a hamster on the wheel. It just keeps going
mhm.
around and around. And that's kind of like the visions I get, right? And that's the way the energy and the love is from heaven. It just goes around and it just keeps going and they keep sending it and we keep receiving it. And the more we receive it and acknowledge it, it's like if I gave you, if I gave somebody a gift of something and they said, oh my God, I love that, I'd want to get them the same thing. right? I'd say, oh, I'm going to get them
Right.
another one when I'm out, right? If they collect things, oh my God, Helen loves this. I need to get this. But if you don't, right, they stop. And that's kind of like what the energy is, you know what I mean, with people. I don't know why I'm getting these. But this is kind of like what the energy is with heaven. And I feel like with the other side, when we don't pay attention, because they keep sending it, they're going to always send us information.
Right.
It's just we sometimes aren't receiving it or not the way that we should. But the amazing thing about heaven is they don't quit like we do sometimes. We'll say, forget it. We're on a diet, forget it. They never stop.
Well, just knowing you and the information that you share with me for Ryan, you've literally given me my life back. I mean, I never thought I would ever have any kind of happiness or happy moments again. And you've made me realize, and I mean, I don't know how I could ever repay you. You've just given me my life back, just telling me things that he said and helping. You've helped me with several friends, especially my sister-in-law, Mitzi. I mean, you're the first person I thought of, and I know Ryan brought us together for that reason, because she needed you more than I needed you, but I needed you too.
But you still, and you understand, and your love is so beautiful. Like your love, like when I met you, right? And it's amazing too. We're both the same Gemini, June 2nd birthday.
Birthdays, same
Right?
day,
We're
everything.
like, so, and it was just amazing how we started finding things out like this. The more, I mean, but I just was so connected to you. And I'm looking at the clock. It's 10:10 right now. I love that. Thank you, angels. That's just also like, with the angel number is just a big thing. But
Well, I feel like I've known you my whole life. I feel like I've always known you. Like, it's a strange feeling. I can't explain it. I mean, it's like you've always been there.
And okay, and that's like a really beautiful thing to talk about because that's really what heaven is. Like, you ever met somebody in your dreams that you don't know? Like I even did the other night, and I was telling my husband, I said, I said I closed my eyes, and as I was starting to drift off, there was a man there, probably about 50 feet away from me. I didn't know him. He was all in a white gown, didn't have any hair. He looked, older, right? All dressed in white, but he was just sitting there smiling at me. And I felt like I knew him for a million years, even though on the physical earth, this man doesn't exist. But it was just one of my guides and angels just saying, I'm here and I'm helping you. Like you meet somebody in heaven and you'll wake up and you go, oh my God, it was so real. Like I knew I was talking to this person or I went to this place and I know, I've never been there. That's really what the continuation of the soul is in heaven, right? It's just a continuation. There's no such thing as death. There's a change of world. It just continues. The soul never dies. The energy never. There's no such thing as that. There's no such thing. We just keep going around.
And
Especially,
that's what how you kept me going, because I know I'm going to see him again. And
oh my God.
like it's when someone dies that you love that much. I mean, you think like, why doesn't the world stop? Why are people still walking around? Why is life going on when I'm so miserable? And you've just helped me get back into that and know that everything's going to be okay. And you've shared so many things with me. I'll never forget. I think the first time when I came to your house, it was pouring down rain. We lost electricity, everything. We were having a session, and you were teaching us how to do the orbs at night. And so
Yes.
after we came home, I had no electricity in my house. I was upstairs. I went upstairs, and I was laying in bed. We had nothing, no TV, no lights, or nothing. And I immediately turned on my phone and started recording. And you said Ryan was going to be there, and he was flying everywhere. I mean, I sent you the video. It was
Yes.
crazy.
I
It
remember
was.
that.
I mean, and what are the chances of me coming home and there was like no electricity? So there was no way it could be anything else. And even that was my husband. That's when he became a believer too. I mean, you can't, when it's there right in front of you, you have to believe it.
And and sometimes it's so hard to see it for yourself. Like my father's in heaven, right? And I miss him, every day. And sometimes you can't see it for yourself. Like sometimes it takes somebody else to show you. And then you say, because what I always say to someone, it's there for everyone, right? I always just say, I use my faith, right? I'm just a messenger. That's all I am. That's it. We all have this, intuitiveness, right? We have this sense of who we are. And we just sometimes, on this earthly place, we just forget. And I just want everyone to understand, like, that they love you. Even on face value, I always say that it doesn't make sense that there's only certain people, that can receive. It's about, yes, everybody might not, do what I do, but on your daily life, they're helping. And why does Ryan, I have to tell you, keep sidetracking me. Why am I seeing something with a kayak? I don't know if there's a picture of him or something with a kayak or a boat or like a raft or a kayak.
I do have a picture of all three of the kids, but I just put stuff away because I'm getting ready for a shower for my daughter. It's him and his siblings, Julie and Robbie. They're standing with a kayak, standing next to a kayak, and they have paddles.
That's what, because look, I was even writing
And
down kayak.
he's probably saying, "Why did I just put that
I
picture
was
away?"
writing
Literally,
down kayak while I was talking to you.
I just put it away.
See, this is the stuff with you that I love with him because he's everywhere. Like I feel like I know him, right? I do, and I tell you that all the time.
I know,
I
and I
feel like
love that. That you don't know how that warms my heart. I
like
mean
I
that.
know him in a way that it's like he feels like a friend to me. You know what I mean? I feel like I just know him. When he comes in, it's this beautiful, warm energy for me. And like I know him. I'll smile and I'll say, "Hey Ryan," like I have conversation with him. I'll just feel him. But it's so funny. He's like, "Tell my mom, do you understand? He's showing me the kayak."
Uh
And this
huh.
is just what it's just amazing things like this that do you understand? And for some
Yep.
reason too, he's talking about telling somebody not to worry about their neck. Either they keep looking in the mirror or looking at their neck, or they're worried about like, I don't know if it doesn't feel tight enough, or it's just like, I want to do something with my neck, but there's something
Hmm.
with somebody's
Well, I
neck.
probably should, but
No, no, for some reason he's referencing somebody talking about their neck. It's almost like a cosmetic thing, either like
huh.
cosmetically wanting to do something. So either you don't know now or you're going to find out, but there's
Well,
just
I always hate my neck, so that could be it.
no, I don't think I always feel like when it's that, no, it's like I know, but he keeps referencing. And is there anything with a certain theme? I feel like with your new grandbaby that's coming, I keep seeing like a theme, like there is a theme that it's going to be this.
Like bows. This is just like this is her second, so this is like a sprinkle, what they call it. So
Yeah.
we're just doing like pink bows everywhere, and
I feel this is
keep it.
with your daughter in the room. Like either there's like a theme. You know how you pick certain themes, like either like Winnie the Pooh or giraffes, or do you understand? Like there's something with, sometimes you go like towards a theme. Or is there anything with your other granddaughter that she loves, has like a certain animal or something that she loves?
Oh, baby dolls, baby dolls, baby
Because
dolls.
either I feel like you're collecting, do you understand? It's almost like I see a shelf and I want to start, I
Hmm.
mean, putting them on a
Hmm.
shelf in the bedroom. Like you want to start doing collectibles, or you want to do a shelf in the bedroom at your house. Like
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I have all the precious moments statues. That's so crazy
perfect.
from my daughter, and she left them here, and I was just going to recycle them and give them to her on her birthday.
Okay, because that's what he's saying. Yeah, mom, do that.
That's
You understand?
crazy. Yeah,
And are you
yeah.
taking Ryan's room and going to turn it into another room?
Yes. Oh my God. My husband and I just cleaned it out yesterday
Okay,
so he could
because
start
he said I
painting and
was
put
in
the
there with
crib in
you.
there.
Okay,
Yes. Is he
he
mad? Is he
no,
mad at
he's so
us?
glad. He said he's the one that was helping you to do this. He's like, you were sitting on it, not knowing, because it's interesting because I actually had down bedroom right here on the notes before we talked. I wrote down bedroom with a
Five
question mark,
years.
which
It's
means,
hard.
is that incredible?
Remember, I've talked about it with you before. I've gone in before to do it and I just couldn't do it. But now it's like, I need to do
Because he
it.
said he guided you to do this. It's like, mom, it's like you have to do this. Like you have to, so he guided you to go in and he was helping you the whole step of the way. Like I'm going through stuff boxes, you know what I mean? Like you're going through and reminiscing. It's like it was just like, still smelling things and looking at things. And he's like, Mom, I was right there with you. Like she's coming. I'm holding her right now. I'm playing like it's
Oh,
time. You know
gosh.
what I mean? Like
Keep her
everything.
safe.
Like he was, do you understand? It was something that was supposed to be. He wanted you to do this. He wants that room to have a new life again and a new energy,
Mhm.
that he wants you to go in there and feel something different. He wants you, and this is what he was helping with. So he
Yeah,
wants
I
you to
was
go.
wondering, should I still keep up? Because he has a lot of baseball pictures and stuff. And like, should I keep, I was thinking about keeping like one wall, like his stuff.
I feel like you should.
Um,
And he makes you feel
yeah,
like you don't have to take everything down. We never
yeah,
have to erase anything, right? I always say to people, and even my mom, it's like, gosh, you can keep everything. There's no time limit. There's no rule on that, right? Before there used to be a rule like after 6 months you get rid. No, that's just doesn't even make any sense. You keep things when it makes you happy, right? You keep it
yeah.
as long as you want to, right? I have jeans from, what I mean,
Oh
10
God,
years
me
ago
too.
because I like my old Flair jeans. And it's just like there's no rule that says, oh, I've had them for that long, get rid. No, we don't do that.
Yeah.
You keep it what makes you happy and you keep it there. I feel like you're almost supposed to, like you're gonna put pictures of the girls, like him in the center, and a picture of each of the girls on each side. Do you understand? I
Oh,
almost feel like
that's a good
that's what he
idea.
shows me. So it's looking at it like, oh my God, they're both looking at him and he's right there. You know what I mean? And this
Yeah.
is just what, what he keeps showing me. Is there anything with the number 24?
24.
Why do I keep showing me
Um,
number 24? I don't know if it has anything to do with sports, but I keep seeing the number 24.
that's my sister's birthday, January 24th.
Oh, so that's coming up then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all of a sudden too, I did have down two new relationships. So interesting. I would write 24. and then new relationship. So I don't know if there's something about a new relationship with your with your niece.
Oh, God, I hope so.
So because I'm having down new relationship with that, like a new relationship is coming, like
Oh,
because
okay.
like
I
do you
keep
understand?
asking Ryan, I keep praying to Ryan, asking him to find her somebody.
Okay, so interesting that do you understand that he's got the 24th and then right underneath of it, I've got new relationship. So I
Oh,
feel like
okay.
this is happening for her because I feel like her energy is lighter and brighter, like she's getting to this place that, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
about healing and she's going to move forward. Like I just feel
Yeah,
like,
I think the holidays were a little tough
of
for her,
course,
but I think she's in a good place. She's,
yes, I feel like sometimes the holidays, like those 6 weeks can be so brutal for people. Like people are just want to get it done. They don't want to,
yeah.
they're just relieved now, like good, it's over. And like they want January to be over too.
I
So I just,
know. Yeah.
yeah, I do too. But I just feel like there is new relationship for her. And I feel like it's going to be really good. Like this person's very good to her and treats her really well.
Oh,
And this is just,
fantastic.
is there a Frank somewhere?
Frank?
Yeah. I kept hearing Frank in my ear today. Is there anything with
No,
your sister named Frank? Anything around your sister?
not Frank.
Okay.
No. I'm sure it'll come to me when I'm done.
No, I'm just gonna keep, yeah, and it might, and you know, what I mean, we can always talk later. But I just kept hearing that, and I kept hearing the name Bill too.
No. Maybe that's going to be her new relationship.
You know what? Possibly. I feel like it's something different. Don't know why, but I definitely feel the new relationship for her is coming like early spring.
Oh, good.
So I feel like it's going to be like around April. You know, I feel like April, May, like all of a sudden she's out somewhere and she gets introduced, and I just feel like it's kind of just takes off. You know, so please just tell your
Good. My
sister.
sister will be happy to hear that.
Please tell her just to, because that's what I'm saying. And I feel like your niece had to go through this stuff. Like this was her journey on this life. She had to, do you understand? She had to go through
Yeah.
this. She had to understand her self value. She didn't understand who she was. That
True.
this made her
Very true.
realize like she deserves. Do you understand? So
Yep.
much more. So this is
Yes.
just what. And is
She
there
needs to
anything
put her.
about you? Is there anything with you with people around you? I don't know why Ryan's showing me this. It's almost like he's funny. He's like, Mom, you don't have to take care of the whole world. You don't have to take care of the whole world. That either there's some people or something you're trying to get either people to talk to each other, or there's like some sort of, do you understand, sometimes like a disconnect. And I don't know even necessarily it's family, but I feel like there's either like you're trying to get people to work something out. There's like either,
I have a friend that I work with that just lost her son, and
oh
she's
my
having a really hard time. And I'm trying to get her to open up with her daughters and stuff and talk to them about it.
God. Okay, because he's just like, Mom, you try to help the whole world, like you try, like you want to help. And that's what I just said about you. What's so incredible about you is, again, right, that's what you do. It's what you do, and you don't even realize that in yourself, which makes you even more beautiful and special. You don't even realize, you don't even see in yourself what you do. You're
But you've allowed me to do that. I couldn't do that 4 or 5 years ago before I met. I was in such a dark place when I met you, and I mean, like I would see any medium I could. After meeting you and experiencing you, I have no desire to talk to anybody else again. That's how satisfied I am. I mean, that's how good I feel about where my son is and everything that you told me. And that is a gift that it's a priceless gift. I owe you my life.
no, you know what?
I mean,
No, you don't.
you're incredible.
No, you don't. You don't. You don't. You know what? For me, the only thing what gives me happiness out of this is to know that somebody, and I'm not kidding you, it makes me want to cry even to hear you say that. But the only thing for me, the reason I do this is because of that. When you think that you can take someone that maybe didn't want to get up in the morning and you can give someone hope, oh my God. Because I've always said, you know that, like with my religion, faith, being Catholic, I've always questioned. You know, I was 9, I never asked for this. I didn't go looking for it. I didn't take classes. I didn't look for this, right? It's
It's
always been for
truly
me.
a
It was always
gift.
about wanting to help people. It was always about saying they're okay, there's more, right? It was, and I've never looked for anything out of it. I've never said what's in it for me. You know, I just knew that I just wanted to, I just said, God, help me to help them, and to see you and to hear you and know that like you can function and you can smile again and you can have moments, right, where you just feel peace in your life. That's, you know what I mean? It has nothing that just is to me
It, it's such a gift
priceless.
that to give somebody that is hurting, because when you lose a child, there's like there's
No,
nothing else that you can lose that's
no,
worse.
no. Anything else
So
in your life,
even surviving it is a blessing, but for you to give me the comfort and the courage and the strength to go on is truly amazing. And you've done it with several of my friends that I know. That, I mean, we just started talking, and I would call you and say, because Ryan would say, call Renee, and I would call and
Yes.
say, can you help this person if I give them your number? Can you? And you wouldn't. You'd say, tell them to call me right now. I'll take their call right now. I mean, who does that? Not too many people do that.
Because I just feel like this is bigger than me. It has nothing to do with me. This is why, Helen, like even doing these podcasts, I want to try to reach as many people as I can. Like I'm just trying to find a way. I always say I don't get paid for this. I do this because I want to, right? I'm doing this because I just feel like it's bigger than me. When you have a calling and you just feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. I have to just tell you, Ryan sidetracking me again. Is there something with a car seat? He likes to do this. Is there something about a car seat, you getting another car seat or doing something with the car seat?
Yes, I have to get one. I have to get a base for the new baby seat.
Okay, so either you were looking at it or you're saying to your husband, like, I need to do this, or you were looking at one, like you're trying to understand, like, it's like,
Yeah, I think Julie's going to order me one. Yes,
okay,
yes.
because he's talking about this, like, make sure, like she does, do you understand? Make sure
Hmm.
she, I mean, gets the car seat because you're just like, you're very much about wanting to have, I mean,
Oh, I just
everything.
hope I have your strength that I can take care of.
Believe me, you can. You know what? You're going to get through this. And it's you're going to be, Helen, you're amazing. You're going to love every second of it and just say it felt like she was always supposed to be here. I don't even know how she wasn't here.
Oh, I
First couple of
can't
weeks are a
wait.
little hard. First couple of months, be honest.
I
Be
know.
honest. But then it's like, oh my god, like how did this? What I mean?
I
How did
can't
this
wait to see how
happen?
Charlotte reacts to her. I know she's going to be such a good big sister.
She's gonna be, oh god, her energy when I just see her picture, she's beautiful. She's gonna be a little mother. She's gonna dote
Oh,
for her. She's gonna want to help you. She's going to do everything that is there anything with Charlotte getting teeth or something like getting a tooth or teeth?
She's getting her. She's been chewing on her fingers, and
Okay.
she's getting
Ryan's
her
telling me
molars.
she's like, do you
For
understand? Like she's and he kept showing me almost like a pacifier chewing on something. Like
yes, she
she's
takes
like
it and puts it on the side of her
yeah,
mouth.
she's like going like that, like she's chewing on the side, like mom, she's getting those like she's getting a tooth, like she just keeps wanting to put like a
Well, yesterday
pacifier.
when we were going through the rooms trying to clean some of the rooms out, she pulled in. It was one of her old baby teethers, and she was biting on it. And we said, "We'll save that for the new baby."
It's so funny because I was writing down rattle and teeth and
Yeah, that's
pacifier.
exactly what
Like,
one of those things you
yes,
shake and you.
you shake, and that's what I just actually had the rattle down. That she
Yeah,
and he kept saying like she was putting it like he's always there, like
yeah.
he's always around. I mean, he's always wanting to know. He's like this gentle breeze for me. Like I would miss him if I didn't hear from him. I have to tell you.
I feel bad sometimes. I think he bugs you so much.
No, because you want to know what? It's never like that. It's like when what I mean, when something feels good, you never feel like that. It's always like, hi. They don't do that. They don't do that.
Yeah.
It's not like that. You feel like a hug. It's like getting the most amazing hug you can ever get. And that's what it's like when they come in, do you understand? And they give the message. It's never like that. But I know even with you though, Helen, he gives you signs yourself. Like you've messaged me and said, do you think Ryan did that? Or do you think Ryan guided me to that? Like he guides you to everything, even with the pool last year, right? You wanted
Oh,
to get
with
alarms
the
for the pool,
fence.
getting the fence around the pool. That was him. You think you thought of that on your own, right? That was him just saying, Mom, you probably need to get the fence. And like then all of a sudden you're so like, I'm going to get this done. I need to get this done. And that's his
Yeah.
energy, just gently saying, Mom, I would get the fence
And
around.
that actually helped convince my husband because he didn't want me to get the fence. He's like, "Oh, it's going to look horrible." And I'm like, "Ryan said get the fence. We're getting the
Do you see, but
fence."
is there anything with a new car or a vehicle?
Oh, my daughter just got a new car.
Okay, because he's just saying congratulations. I'm saying new vehicle,
Yep, she just got a brand new car.
and she's very proud of it.
Yes, she needed a bigger one for the new baby.
That's what he was just saying. Like he said, like it's like I helped. Do you understand? Like he helped guide. Like how you're like on the fence with something, and then it was just kind of
Oh
like.
yeah, we had to push her to do it. She
And
kept
that's what he
like,
was saying.
"Oh,
She was sitting on the fence, Mom. She was sitting on the fence, and I just gave her the like all of a
yes."
sudden it just happened. Like
Yeah,
she
and
just
she
got
did it
little
2 days
small
before
ones.
Christmas.
You see, and he's just said I gave her the gentle little nudge that she needed.
Yep.
This is honestly what heaven is, and the more people understand that it's amazing and that they love us, that they hear us. They're just think. I always say to people, they're just one breath away at all times. There's only one breath that separates us from heaven. One
And
breath.
that can
That's
give you
powerful.
such, oh my God, yes.
That's
That can
powerful.
give you such hope and such, oh, like I know I keep saying it, but you've changed me in ways that I never thought. I would be in this place right now.
And Helen, I have to say, even with you, it goes both ways because even with you, with me, like your energy and allowing, you know what I mean, and loving that your son, the way he comes through, like it's been both. Do you understand? Like for me, it's been both. I get as much from you as you think that I give to you. It goes both ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think as a person, you've taught me too. Do you understand what hope looks like in someone?
Oh,
You showed me what hope looks like in another human being. And that's very strong. That's a very powerful thing. Like you've showed me what survival looks like. You've showed me what grace looks like.
well, I owe that to you.
But you know what? But I owe that also to you. To understand everything, it's never one sided.
I
There's
think
always,
that's why God brings certain people together.
yes,
I mean,
because we help each other. There's always two sides to that coin. You know what
I
I mean?
just hope everybody that needs, I mean, has a chance to meet somebody like you, or just to have a quarter of the peace that I've had.
But Helen, like I always say, I'll go back to that. You understand? But I think the most powerful thing is when you say to people, one breath from here to heaven, just one. That's
Yeah.
how close they are to us at all times. They just don't leave. We go back to form, right? You're never going to go. You can't go away. You can't. We're energy. You cannot kill or destroy energy. You can do it all, try all you want, many ways as you want to. It's not going to exist. It's just
And I
not.
know what you say a lot of times, like when you see something out of the corner of your eye.
Yes, the silver
That's
flash.
been happening to me lately. I'll
Yep.
like see somebody run by and I'll be like, I'll turn and be like, Ryan.
But it is, and that's
I'll
what you
say
should
his
say.
name.
And you understand? And that's
Yeah.
exactly what you should
And I
say.
know it's him. I know
He
he's
comes in
here.
with your dad a lot too.
Mm.
He comes in with him a lot.
They never got to meet here, but actually Ryan was a lot like my dad.
He comes in with your dad a lot. They are together in heaven. That's another thing too. People, I always get a kick out of it when I'll do sessions and I'll say, you know, so and so came through, and they'll go, "Oh, why would they come through? I didn't like them in life. Why are they
Mm-hmm.
here?" I always say because they're not that person anymore. Look at it like a stage play, right? If you're in the Lion King or you're in a play, when you take off that costume, you hang it up, you're you again, right? This
Yeah.
coming to Earth is just things we learn, right? It's about how
Right.
the soul grows, and it's about, you know, learning things. It's not who the soul is. It's about what you did on this incarnation. You take your memories and your love, right? But he's with your dad, like your dad and him are always together. Like they
Like
come
when I
together.
tell people, I know another thing that you've always helped me with that, like when someone dies, like me losing a son, like we chose that. That's the lesson that we're, and a lot of people can't comprehend that.
No,
But then if you think about what, if it's really happened to you and you really think about it, I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here for school. We're
that's
here
it.
to learn.
That's what it is.
And so like I've had people say, well, that's a terrible thing to say that you would come here and bury a child. I said, but it's not like that on the other side. It's like I was doing it for the emotional part, how to deal with it and how
And
to move
even,
on, how to,
and it's
you
like
know, and it brought
you
my
have courage.
marriage back closer together. It's crazy when you look at the whole picture of everything, the way everything happens.
And it's so hard for us to do. And I always say to people, I can't know everything. I'm human. I say to people, there's just things if I don't know, I'll just say I don't know because I'm still human. I see what God shows me and how He wants me to help people. Yes, and even with lessons, there can be lessons in marriages. Why would you get married to somebody and they're going to cheat on you, or infidelity, right? Or things like
Yeah.
this that you just say, why would I sign up for this? Because in heaven, and it's not always too like for the other person. It's like you both are learning a lesson. They have to learn what it was like when they go back to heaven, that maybe they did that to somebody else in another life. Do you understand? So they
Yeah.
understand this karmic life
You
is
won't understand it until you're back on
you're
the other
not.
side.
And I'm not going to have all the answers. And none of us have the all the I don't care what medium there is. Nobody has all the
Yeah.
answers. Only God does.
Yep.
Right. This is for us to still in all of it, you know, when you just try to keep the faith, like people, you know, usually at the end of their life, they don't say, I wish I had more money or I wish I had more things. They'll say, I wish I had more time. Or I wish I would have been kinder. I wish I would have been more
Yep.
understanding and forgiving. You know, and this is what this, it's not easy down here. It's not. With all the love that we
Yep.
have, we still have those lessons, right? We do. It's a constant school. It's constantly, but what you're doing too, though, what you've learned, and I think this is so big from what you've been through, is all the other people you try to help. You could have stayed shut off, but you're trying to help everybody else that's lost children or have losses, like you're
Well, I
saying.
just know the way you made me feel. And if I can help somebody have a quarter of that experience, it would be a beautiful thing to me.
See, and I think this is why God too put us together because, you know what I mean? I'm helping you, and then you're in turn helping other people. Do you understand how it just kept going? It didn't
Oh,
end
I'm
with you.
so glad I did meet you.
It didn't end with you. Helen, I thank you so much for doing this because I know
Oh,
this was such
thank
a big
you.
deal, and I've been asking her everybody for, I mean, a year, and honestly, it's something you
You're my soul sister.
you are mine too. It's something you have to want to do. It's not something, do you understand? And the fact that you would do this and want to, again, help other people, because there's going to be people, Helen, that are going to listen to this and they're going to just say, oh my God, this woman went through this and you're here, then I can do it. It gives me hope. So what you're
Yeah.
doing is giving other people hope, even by doing this and sharing your story, because my God knows it's not easy.
Well, you are the true blessing. So if I can connect anybody with you, I will be a happy person.
And Helen, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love
Oh,
you.
thank you.
You are an incredible, beautiful, amazing woman, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, I love you too.
Bye bye.
Bye.